And we are live. Is it good? Guys, comment if you can hear me okay. I'm going straight into the topic today, 2021 industry update report in this video. I'm going to explain quite a few things to you guys. What's happening with the plywood cost, lumber in general. Yesterday, I made this post about our industry, and I have like 40 reshares. So obviously, we are struggling. Roofing industry in general struggling. Labor shortage, material shortage. Please share some feedback here. What are your main struggles? I want to know right away. Do you see material shortage in your area? Do you see labor shortage in your area? What are your struggles? What are your, hold on one second. You good? So what are your struggles in your business? And I'm going to share what kind of stuff I see from students in roofing school, what I see when I travel all over the country. Just last week, we interviewed Dan, CEO of Tinker, CEO of SRS. Great conversation about shortages, great conversation about what's happening behind the scenes in the industry. But first thing first, I want to make a quick announcement before we get in. I want to share with you guys that we are dropping last year conference materials to our channel. So it's not for everyone. It's not going to be public videos yet, but you can see join bottom on our channel. And obviously you can be subscribed, but for $15, you can have all our last year conference keynotes, like Dustin Bigler, CEO of Apple Roofing, shared his stuff. Paul Kirkwood, general manager of Rapid Roofing, share his stuff. Becca Switzer, Sam Taggart, all of those keynotes are there now. Also, we're going to be uploading a lot of school lessons. When I travel to classes, I've been in Pennsylvania recently, Nashville. Let me change this camera. Try this one real quick. So I travel all over the country. Last week we've been in Dallas and San Antonio. We have over 70 people coming to our class. So a lot of people try to come, couldn't make it. We recorded couple most important keynotes and presentations, and that content, unfortunately, it's not for YouTube, it's not for everyone, but a lot of people are asking for it, like where can I find it? And I get it that our school, even if it's only $100 a month, not everybody can afford it. So we're like, you know what, we have this tool at YouTube where it's not available to everyone, but for just $15 for our business owners, maybe it's discounted price that you can afford. It's old enough that we feel like people who paid $100 to get those originally, they got their money worth for that. But now 4 months into the game, 4 months into 2021, you still can find some gems from that content. A lot of our industry and the world changes so fast. A lot of things change in 4 months. Some information is already outdated. So I don't feel bad sharing it. Just watch those guys. If you're brand new to the channel, great resource. Again, all you have to do, go to Roofing Insights YouTube channel, click join, $14.99. You see a lot of our private content there. Now let's talk about our crazy industry. First thing, I want to start with the question of plywood cost. There's a lot of conspiracy theories now why plywood is on the rise, why it's costing so much. Well, if you think about it, there's quite a few things happen in 2020. Obviously, everybody thinks that the reason plywood is $50, $60, up to $80 per sheet that I've seen recently is because of COVID, but people don't understand why. If you understand why, sky will be blue. Sky is not falling. There is a future. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't want you to think that, everything will collapse. It's a normal thing. You just have to understand the market. Couple things, guys, happen. Number one, a lot of experts were predicting housing market to crash. We got the opposite. We actually start building more and more houses in 2021. Very low interest rates. A lot of people decided to build a house or buy a house, hire that builder, and we had huge spike of new housing. What happened next? When you have a huge spike of house, so you have bigger demand. Then we have 2020 quarantine rules. So many people stayed in homes, and we have increase of home improvement projects by do-it-yourselfers. So those people also decided to go to local stores like Home Depots and Lowe's and buy a lot of lumbers, replace their decks, build additions. People who could not afford to buy a new house, they decided to renovate what they have. If you look at the profit shares by profit reports by Lowe's and Home Depots, huge numbers. Lowe's increased their sales by 30% and their profit increased by 68%. Lumber is one of the top sellers in both stores across the nation. So you have a huge demand increase and supply is limited. Good thing it's we have a capitalism here, right? So when you have people, who runs it, entrepreneurs, not government regulated, you have a bigger supply. You guys would do the same, I promise you. If you would be an entrepreneur in that space, whether you're a middleman, like supplier, or you're on the back end producing plywood, I promise you, you would increase your prices too. I feel very bad for builders. And yesterday, I have a conversation with a framer, and he said he cannot even do the proposal to the homeowners because he cannot get price fixed for more than 7 days. I mean, it's the first time ever. I'm happy I'm not a lumber business. I'm not a framer. Because imagine if you would have to bid a house, and a lot of builders lost their profits because of it. Because if your price were fixed, if you guarantee the price to the homeowner or maybe to the general contractor, you have to lose money and you have to honor your price. That's why you have to be smart about your pricing, about your materials. So what happened next is obviously we have supply and demand, completely out of whack. Later it will, come back to normal, but it's not here to stay. As a matter of fact, I already see plywood and OSB prices dropping a little bit. So supply and demand will level a little bit, but when you have a huge supply, obviously huge demand, supply is limited. A lot of people are trying to take advantage of it. You know the story. So that's only one problem. This is only one thing. Now we have labor shortage, and we have a lot of politics here. You need to understand what was happening in the last 20, 30 years in construction industry. Who were the workers? Like 20 years ago, I'm in Minnesota. We have huge Russian community here. Chicago, you have 2.5 million Polish people, 500,000 Russians. You have 2 million Russians in California alone. You have, like, if you go to cities like Atlanta, I used to live in Atlanta. Atlanta used to have like 60,000 Brazilian people in Brazilian community. You have Russians, Romanians. So you have South American immigrants. You have European countries coming in. Everybody, like on the men's side, guys would enter trades because the money is good. And, guys like myself, when I came here, even getting paid $15 an hour installing floors, tile, carpet, it was good trades, way better than other industries. You did not have to speak good English. You're willing to work hard, you could make a good living. While in the last 10 years, it changed dramatically. So if you look at a rate, how many people are retiring and how many people are entering trades, it's also completely out of balance. So you have less people entering the trades, also stopped by immigration. Thank you to our politicians. And I don't want to blame Obama, Trump, or Biden for it, but you need to understand, like, for example, I have a brother in Russia. I would love to get him here. I can't. I've been working for 5 years to get my brother in here. And, like people who were entering this country in the last 10, 15 years and entering trades, like, for example, if you live in Minnesota, there's a lot of like cabinet makers and siding guys, and who are from Brazil, from Romania, from Russia, from those countries. Now it's stopped. And Americans, they're just not willing to do that hard labor. They're just not willing to work with their hands because they also have opportunities. Another problem that we have now, and I'm going to say it freaking on the record here. It's freaking communism. I probably misspelled it somewhere. not only your PPP loan programs, but also like free government checks. Guys, I came from communist country, and just today I spoke to someone in Pennsylvania, one of the students at roofing school, who told me that he had a full-time crew in-house, and he pretty much lost them. They work until last July, he said. And you know why he lost them? Because they're getting free money from the government. They tricked the system, and they were getting, he said, $980 per week. So if I pay you $1,000 per week and you don't even need it, would you work? And I've experienced it myself so many times. So like so many guys are getting paid, $600, $1,000 a week. So our government is against us in a way. I mean, we printed like 20%, 40% of our money last year. So government is printing money. They want to be this good guy. I call it freaking communism. There's no such a thing as a free money. And I see more communism in the United States in 2021 that I've seen being raised technically in a communist country. Like, we did not have government. I mean, we had food stamps, and government will also providing government jobs and stuff, but you have less communism overseas and more communism here in the United States today, because government want to portray themselves as a good, and there's nothing free, right? We all know it, but in 2021 it's a big problem, and now it started affecting everyone. You cannot hire people as employers who are not attractive to employees. Would you rather work for $1,000 or $1,500 a week, or would you rather get free money from the government? When you have a communist system and it's building in front of our eyes, who's going to be building our roads? So for one, we're not letting immigrants to come to build our bridges, replace our roofs, replace our sidings and stuff, work in construction. So that's one problem. But we're also giving money to people who are already here, saying, well, don't worry about your job. And not like those people are asking for it. I see more and more people who just freaking getting money in the mailboxes. I mean, if that's not a communism, what is it? Like, I see so many guys who are getting mailbox money from the government who's not even asking for it. People who do have full-time jobs. It's crazy what's happening. Now you have PPP loans and a lot of businesses got that. Like last week, we have a story on Excel Roofing. And there's another company in Florida who got $2 million in PPP loans. So bigger companies definitely took advantage of PPP loans. I'm not against PPP. If you need it, you need it. I'm not judging you. But when companies like Excel Roofing, and let's talk about Excel Roofing as well. I think, hold on. I know they spell a little bit different. Why companies like Excel Roofing is failing? Because I guarantee you we're going to see more and more companies like Excel Roofing, despite the fact that government helps them, despite the fact of PPP loans, it's still going to be upside down. And I'll explain to you why. Like for one, very interesting fact, Excel Roofing was getting a lot of leads from MedSky. It's different topic for different story. I'm actually talking to quite a few Excel Roofing employees. People reached out to me since we published the news, and people like, Dmitry, I have a story for you. I have a story for you. We've seen the comments. Some people say, we didn't see the comment, but just noted, Excel Roofing were getting leads from MedSky, insurance company, right? And that's another problem, kind of in a way, insurance delays, because it's not getting easier to get paid these days. So companies like Excel Roofing, they were getting PPP loans because they had to, did not help them, but they also were getting their leads from companies like MedSky, which means they could not supplement. MedSky gave them a award in 2019 for Company of the Year by MedSky, Vendor of the Year, because they were doing large volume with the MedSky. What does it tell you? Well, it tells you that price was fixed. You could not supplement it. Margins were small. And I've met and talked to online in chats with many Excel salespeople, managers who were arguing that, yeah, MedSky works. MedSky works. Well, now we have 20, 30, some people say $40 million company in their highest year, that they're out of business. So what happened? What didn't work? Did they just steal money. Or by the way, thank you, Eric and Hernandez, for joining our YouTube channel. I'm gonna go really quick and say what that is all about. I'm gonna take a break. So guys, we're dropping all our conference breakout sessions and keynotes to our channel. If you join the channel on YouTube for just $14.99, you're gonna get all our private content. But thank you so much for everybody who is joining us right now. I have my little notes here. So Excel Roofing, guys, failed, and it's not just 2021. They have resources, but a lot of things went wrong for that company. And at the end of today's live video, I will explain how I see the industry, what little guys could do to overcome, because we're at the stage, guys, where it's becoming survival of the fittest. If you're weak, and I see a lot of guys who are weak, I see a lot of guys signing up for roofing school, and I'm telling them, listen, maybe you're not built for this. You have to be tough. It will not be easy. You have to be smart. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room, but you have to do a few things right, because things about to get wild. They're already getting wild, and I'll tell you who has the biggest opportunities in the roofing industry now. And for the record, I don't think it's the door knockers. I don't think door knocking or sales in general is answer to all problems here. Many people think, well, just keep selling, keep selling. You have a lot of companies who keep selling. They cannot produce, they cannot deliver, they cannot find labor, because labor is one of the biggest problems, and our government does not know how to solve it. And we collectively need to start coming out with the solutions, with the training of new generation to become attractive again, for new generation to join trades, not only in roofing, but construction in general. We have to rethink what we guys are doing. Let me look at my notes. So few things. Like I'm going to address this big problem right here. And I'm going to call out quite a few people who were publicly arguing with me. You argue with me in comments. I argue with you during live videos. And if you don't agree with me, totally fine, comment. I love difference of opinions. Someone just said about this point I'm about to make, that Dmitry, you don't like when people disagree with you. I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't like if I do 2021 shingle guide, you disagree with me, go make your version of shingle guide. If you disagree with me on what works, you educate people and you share your opinion. I salute you. I beg you, please do. But here's the biggest argument that I have with roofers right now. And it's actually a big factor what's happening with the roofing industry in 2021. You will fail because of this, or you might have bright future. 70% of roofing contractors don't do repairs. Let's address it. So last week we published a video that Excel Roofing went out of business. Immediately I get message, oh, Dmitry, maybe because they didn't do repairs, right? Well, funny you said it, Greg, because I'm going to start calling out people, right? So 70% of roofing companies do not do repairs. Check this out. %80 of demand is repairs, and 70% of roofing companies don't do repairs. Why is that? Some people say, well, Dmitry, you cannot find workers to do them. And I get it. And here's my message to you guys. We all admire guys like Elon Musk. We admire guys like Steve Jobs. We're like, oh man, those guys are geniuses, right? But you know why we like guys like Elon Musk? Because Elon Musk did the freaking impossible. Elon Musk went in industry and he's like, Elon Musk says it. And one of the best quotes I have, like, if you want to be successful in the market, your product has to be much better than everything else in the market. Not just a little bit better, much better. That's my motto for, Directorii. Like, it cannot be just a little bit better than Home Advisor or Better Business Bureau. It has to be much better. And no, it's not freaking easy. It's not easy anything in business. It has to be hard. So when Elon Musk goes in, okay, we're going to build, electric cart. Was it easy? No, it was not. But you're an entrepreneur. You will figure it out. here's what's happening in the roofing industry. People like, Dmitry, repairs are tough. You can make money. Yes, it is hard, but it's the right thing to do. You know why? Because 80% of demand is there. People don't wake up in the morning hoping their car will break and they will need a new car, go to the dealership. They wake up every morning hoping that their car will last a little bit longer. They don't wake up every morning hoping that their roof needs to be replaced. They want to maintain what they have. People are smart, and yes, maintaining, repairing, fixing stuff, tuning stuff, it's harder, but it's very, very profitable. I know quite a few companies who's doing amazing, absolutely amazing, doing repairs. So I want to address why 70% of roofing contractors don't do repairs. Some of them, it is a business model because they're storm chasers. They don't have time for it. They don't have infrastructure. And I firmly believe the weakest companies will never figure out repairs. If you don't do repairs, you go on with the flow. You do what's of course it's easier to sell bigger jobs. And this is kind of hierarchy. I come back to it. So this is what's happening in the industry. First, we're doing repairs, odd jobs. By the way, if you do it well, there's a lot of future in it. I know so many companies who have been in business, like roofing contractors in, I believe, Virginia. 1,200 Google reviews in 4 years in business. They're killing it. They provide jobs. They have employees. They figured it out, and they grew like that. And I see companies who's doing $50 million. That company, by the way, profitable, debt-free, no problem. 4 years in business. And I see companies who are doing 40 million, cannot even make their profit, don't do repairs, only chase big jobs. And this is how we think it's evolution of roofing company. I think it's actually opposite. Then we do residential, then we do large residential, and then we do your commercial. And here's what's happening in the industry. We have a lot of dig measuring contests. You have someone who've done repairs, tired of it, could not figure it out, could not make money, started doing residential. Done 1 or 2 years of residential, could not figure it out, could not be profitable, started doing large residential, then started doing commercial, and start measuring digs with everybody under it. Like, oh, I've done it. There's no money in it. There's no money. Let me tell you this. There's more money in repairs than there's a commercial. Guaranteed. You can chase your whales. You can go and hunt those whales. And if you catch one, great. I've seen so many guys who've been doing great in residential will get 1 or 2 commercial jobs and cancel residential department, and then out of business in 2 years. I've seen more companies doing 5, 10, 15, 25 and go down to 5 and then out of business. Then repair companies who always been doing repairs, and I can give you example after example after example. Now, you can argue with me. It's like, call me like it's a bullshit, it's whatever. I'm telling you right now, if you want to be strong, you figure out where consumers are. You figure out where demand truly is. Because here's the deal. 70% of contractors who don't do repairs, they're fighting for 20% of demand. I'm going to repeat it. 70% of contractors. Like if you look at Google search, there's 3,700 requests for roof replacements on Google against 24,000 requests for repairs, which means if your company does not even offer repairs, you don't get those. You don't get in front of those customers. You don't get those leads in the first place. By the way, I'm not talking about $99 repairs. Your profit margins in the repairs should be at least 80%. Yesterday, I think Sean Malone in Facebook Messenger, he said, like, that's all I do. I work what I want. I make good money. You can make $500-600 a day easy doing repairs. And when I say repairs, I'm talking about small items, small trades. I've met more gutter millionaires than roofing millionaires. Why is that? Because like I was a flooring guy. Like my sales were small. Like I would do $250,000 a year, but I would never have a day where I did not make at least $400 or $500 a day. Yes, I was working with my hands, but every day I touched the floors, I would make $500. You know what? If you charge $200 for gutter cleaning service, like simple item, gutter cleaning, every city in the United States have hundreds of thousands of homes. Like I'm talking about metro cities that gutters needs to be cleaned, and you have roofing industry who claims we don't have jobs, we don't have. By the way, cleaning gutters does not require materials. You have a ladder, you buy gloves. You have to become in 2021 service company. And when your ego is so big and you think you're at the top, that you're too important, you cannot do those small jobs, let me tell you, you deserve to be out of business. You can blame the economy, you can blame the labor shortage. You are not listening to the market. Market is telling you, hey, this jobs needs to be done, and you're not willing to do that. And I'll explain to you who has the best feature, the best future in this business. But you have to be in front of masses. Now, I'm not even saying that most roofs don't need to be replaced. We have that also is a problem. As a matter of fact, we are setting up right now a couple investigations. When we're going in different cities, we're hiring actors. Okay, we're calling local contractors, and the idea is we're gonna go and get a house that roof does not even need to be replaced. I mean, it could be replaced. It's not gonna be a brand new roof, but we're gonna call 10 local roofing companies and we're gonna collect bids. And I guarantee you, we're probably going to get a lot of bids on the roofs that don't need to be replaced. We're going to make videos about them. So if you're one of those companies who are so desperate, because check this out, if you are not even offering repairs and you desperate for cash and you are looking at 10 roofs a day, of course you're going to try to force sales. Of course you're going to train people to sell their jobs because you need sales, because you don't do repairs. You don't do. There's only way to generate cash is to sell a replacement, whether they need to be replaced or not. We're going to start calling you out. We're going to start putting you and your team's sales guys on the videos, and we're going to make beautiful YouTube videos. And I cannot ruin your reputation. You can ruin your reputation by not training your guys to identify leaks. Listen, not every roof needs to be replaced that you probably replacing already. There's so many companies there full of themselves who are not even trying to fix the problem. And my point about comparing to Elon Musk is Elon Musk took the biggest problem and he fixed it. If you want to be in this business, you have to be fixing real problems. You have to be fixing real issues, and you have to go where demand is. Yeah, if you're not willing to get dirty to clean gutters, maybe you should not be collecting checks to replace big. I'm just saying, maybe you're too soft for it. If all you can do is go pitch brand new replacement and call it a business model, that's fine. It's good for you. But this industry will do a lot of self-cleaning in the next couple of months. People who are too lazy or who are in the middle, they're going to be removed. I see huge rise of people who came to the country 10, 15, 20 years, Hispanics, like I said, your Eastern Europeans. I see those guys now becoming business owners. Guys like me who started at the bottom, who worked for someone. Like, I would not be in this business if my boss would not file bankruptcy, if he would not be drug addict and we're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. I learned what not to do, and I came home one day and said, babe, I'm not going to work for anyone else. I'm going to go on my own. And now you see a rise of those contractors, guys who actually have skin in the game. We work hard. We deserve to be business owners. And my prediction is in the next couple of years, you're going to see a huge surge of contractors who came from the bottom, then from the top. Because guys who was coming from the top, guys from sales and marketing and just general management education, it's good. It's very good that you have it, but it'll be much harder for them to connect with the labor forces versus it's much easier to learn marketing and sales. If you already, guys, and this is my tip for you, if you get a hold of labor now, maybe you live in a community where labor is not a problem yet. You have 5 guys maybe under you, you have a crew that you still employ. It's easier to learn sales and marketing and go B2C versus B2B. Like if you're working for general contractor now, or you are relying on jobs from, bigger account, you can go direct to consumer, cut the middleman, and become a boss of your own. Because those middlemen in the next couple of years, and it happens in every economy, when economy is tough, those middle people, they're the first one to vanish. Like, we don't need them. People go direct. Everybody's trying to save. So plus, insurance game is not getting any easier. Insurance companies are getting tougher and tougher. Licensing and government getting more and more complicated. So roofing is not as easy entry as it was even 5 or 7 years ago. It's becoming tougher and tougher to become a roofer. Not impossible, but in many, many areas, I see areas around the country where top roofer only have like 10 Google reviews, which means the area is not taken. Like, it's hard to move to like Minneapolis when you have contractors with a 700-800 reviews. They're already dominating it on searches. It's competitive, but there's still small pockets, in many even metro areas where it's easier to get in. I'm going to take a little break and read some comments here. Maurice, good to see you, sir. Always good to see you. Our loyal students, one of the first students of roofing school. Of course, Brent Siemens says, I'm hot topic these days. Brent, you are. Brent is coming up with a video on underlayments in a couple days on our YouTube channel. Let me see. 200% increase in lumber, no labor shortage in Michigan. Good to hear that there's no labor shortage in Michigan. Looks like we're fixing some stuff here. Labor shortage is the biggest issue here. Joel, I want to know where you're from. Where's the biggest shortage here? Ben says, good morning. Good morning. Not everything is the president's fault, 100%. And by the way, it doesn't matter which president. People love to blame the government. I don't care for that, guys. It should not be easy. Business should not be easy. Of course, we want it easier. Of course, like as an immigrant myself, I want the borders to be open. I want my family to be here. You cannot blame government for everything. Everything has circumstances. Gio says, have you heard about Senate Bill 76? What are your thoughts? I did not hear. I heard something, but not enough to make a video about it or to go on record with my answer. Looks like Angie's List might not make it. They changed their name to Angie, and they have a whole lot of better reviews about them. We're actually doing investigation about Angie. So what we're doing, we're calling Angie Contractors. Actually, it's in the works right now. It's going to be an amazing new video. You guys you're gonna love it. Mr. Big Time 1986 says, I've been reading the Gulag Archipelago with Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and man, it takes you feel a lot better about USA after reading that book. I couldn't imagine living in Russia during that time. Yes, Solzhenitsyn is great guy. I believe he won a Nobel Prize, right? Solzhenitsyn got a Nobel Prize? Yeah, he got a Nobel Prize. We have a funny fact, in Russia, 30s were the hardest year. When Stalin came to power, he was sending a lot of people in prisons. And this is what's happening right now with Putin regime. It's pretty much history repeats itself. We don't have freedom of speech. People are not allowed to even go. I have a couple people who works for me who can attest to that, but it's a hard time to be in Russia. Let's just put it that way. We definitely have it nice here. Nate says, keep the hard-working immigrants out and pay Americans not to work. And this is exactly right. Nate, you nailed it. I guess I nailed it earlier, but this is the problem. I cannot tell you how many people all over the world would love to come here. There's a great documentary on Netflix called Rotten. If you watch it, it's freaking insane. It pretty much takes industry by industry all over the world, from chocolate to sugar production here in the United States. It shows you how corrupted each industry are. And let me tell you this. People think that roofing industry is corrupted. In a way, we are. We have a lot of people in this industry who are double-faced, like who tell you they're all for the industry. And we have Roofing Day in Washington, and we have a lot of big guys at the top who are trying to convince you that they're good for the industry. In reality, they're there for themselves. Nothing good out of it. But when you watch what's happening in the world, like for example, Ghana and how do you call it? Cote d'Ivoire, like African country. I think 60-70% of world chocolate comes from there. People make $1 a day. So who is in the middle? They say, well, market sets the prices for chocolate, right? And government was trying to interfere and say, well, we want to do like $2,600 per ton of chocolate, and the market did not buy. So people are cheap. Cheap labor, $1 a day. You know how many countries all over the world getting $1 a day, guys? You spend more on freaking water, which is tap water, because so many people are stupid and being brainwashed that you need the water from gas station for $4, and you would not drink tap water. Okay, enough of water talk. But that water costs you what people make in a couple days of living. Now we say, well, those people are willing to work hard. We're not going to let them come here. And by the way, when you get here, you need to understand one thing. When a guy like me comes to the United States, I came here in 2006. I was making $10 an hour installing vinyl siding here in Minnesota. I was the happiest man out there. Like, I was as happy making $10 an hour as I was $25 an hour employed 2 years from there, or making my salary I'm making today. Money does not matter. We just appreciate the opportunity. We love this country so much. I see more immigrants who are true patriots than Americans who are not patriots, because Americans just bitching about everything despite the fact they're getting all the support, and immigrants come in and, like, when immigrants getting paid 10-15 bucks an hour, we're happy. When Americans getting paid 70,000 a year, they're still not happy. It's just like at one point, like second, third generation just becoming entitled, and it's the worst mentality you can have to live with. So when we open doors to those immigrants, they just love it here. Like, my dad got here 5 years ago. I mean, he lives in Minnesota. He's freaking from Siberia. His number one comment about this climate is like, oh, I can't believe how weather is nice here. He loves his job. He drives dump trailers to the landfill every day. You just will not hear my dad complaints. I mean, he makes $750 a week. It's good money for him. It's a salary. He has a good steady job, nice big Ram 2500 truck. I mean, nothing wrong with it, right? But Americans would not be willing to do his job. So he's not stealing anyone's job. He's fixing the economy. He's paying taxes. This is the future. Like, we need more guys like my dad to come to this country. But instead, we're closing our boards, and like Nate says, we're paying Americans not to work, to stay home. What's the future? And by the way, if we're doing it, I promise you, working class like us will be paying for it later. Like, economy either going to crash or our national debt going to skyrocket. I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. The installers are what makes the company, and now with the invention of GoDaddy.com, every installer is a business. You're hiring a competition who will throw your name into the garbage. That's why the industry has changed. Bobby, yes and no. I would answer to Bobby this. I love capitalism. I love that those guys who actually like to work with their hands, like I was that guy. Like, I was the guy who installed the floors, installed the siding, did all the shitty jobs. And then I was pushed in the office because my buddies were begging me, Dmitry, you're good at it. You always have work. Go sell. We'll do it. Like, it took like big switch in my brain. I did not want to be like, I wanted to be the guy who always worked with my hands, and I was forced in the office. So those guys who are smart and willing to learn, those are the future. Those will be successful. And by the way, whether you're immigrant or you just labor, like, I highly recommend everyone get in the trades, work a couple years in the trades, and then learn other stages of the business. Business is not just installation. Installers is not what makes the company. That's where people get it wrong. Installation it's important part, but it's still 20-25%. Very controversial topic. People call me out all the time. Dmitry, installation is not 20-25%. It is. You have installation that's 20%. You have administration that's 20%. You have accounting that's 20%. You have sales that's 20%. You have production that's 20%. It's all 20, 20, 20, 20. Look at any industry. You like going to Costco and you like seeing good price on the pallet, but to get it there, you need drivers to deliver it. You need management to arrange the deals. You need production. Just because Costco has something on the floor, it's not just a receptionist or a cashier who controls the price. It's entire market. The same with roofing. What we get, like in the roofing business, without good receptionists, you're not going to get calls. They're going to be wasted. Without good sales guy, you're not going to get good price. Those installers will not have a job. So there's so many moving parts, but installers can learn administration. They can learn how to manage companies. They can learn how to manage their money. Those installers who are not willing to, they're always going to be just installers. So if you're an installer and you want to learn business, freaking learn a business. It's not a rocket science. Guys, in our roofing school, I made it super stupid simple, like for dummies. All you need is good CRM. Will take you a couple weeks of training, practicing, right? Then you need accounting, sign up for freaking QuickBooks, get a couple of classes a month. I have a guy who are installer from Canada, and he was doing spreadsheet, like Excel spreadsheets, estimates. He signed up for the school. 2 nights ago, he was messaging me like, Dmitry, look at this. This is a beautiful thing. Loved QuickBooks. I'm a minimalist. You don't need all the apps the world has to offer. But couple things like accounting and organization, Job Nimbus, or any other CRM, guys, I'm telling you, you can be successful without them. Business is simple. Jose says, only for $14.99, I'm down. Yes, sir. And I will not disappoint that $14.99 will stay the same. We're uploading so much content right now as a private, like all our lessons, schools. Pretty much we decided to make our YouTube channel a little bit better because we have a lot of content here within the within Roofing Insights that we were kind of an edge. Do we upload it now? What do we do with it? It's not good enough for the school, because we're perfectionists. We want to make sure it's a good lesson. So like, if it's not too good for this, like for example, this week, Joseph Hughes comes to, like tomorrow we're actually going to Oklahoma class. Joseph Hughes flying in to teach you guys marketing. I mean, you can hire him for thousands of dollars, or we're going to record him and share on our YouTube channel. But, we're not going to do private lesson like that for the whole world to see it. We're not going to compromise our channel and our classes. If you can get it online, for free, why would you come to the class? Like, it kind of kills the experience. So we want you to feel special. You join for $15. It's still that private class. It's discounted price. It's cheaper offer that we have, but the value is definitely there. Hold on one second. For those who join us later, this is what I'm talking about. You go to our channel and you click that join button instead of just being subscribed. We appreciate it. We guys also, trust me when I say, like, this channel is costing money. We're not making money. We have 3 full-time videographers. We need every dollar we can get. If you think roofing is tough, go start a YouTube channel and try to make business out of that. Just saying. I've never done anything that was easy. And like Directorii, for example, it's going to cost us $250,000 this year alone. We're not going to be profitable for 2 years. So for those of you who just hating there and say, well, you got out of roofing business because you wanted something better for yourself. Really? You think so? I was set at my roofing business. I was like set for life. My roofing company was running itself, but I loved teaching so much. It was my passion, and I saw way bigger problems that I decided to solve them. I saw that nobody was connecting homeowners and the contractor like they should be connected. I'm like, what will it take me? Well, it'll take you $500,000. Well, I can raise that. So again, guys, we're not making money, but every dollar counts. Marcos says, most of the bigger companies are weak and put on a big glorious front on social media. True to that. And companies like Excel Roofing, as a matter of fact, not exceptions. So those companies, like I was meditating, why Excel Roofing, went out of business. You have to be honest with money. You have to be careful. Excel Roofing took their company on Mexico trip right before this. So, oh, my bad. Hold on one second. Here we go. So companies like Excel Roofing, they're definitely flexing in social media, and I've been in so many big offices. Recently, I got an email from one of the gurus in the industry saying, "Well, I was doing $10 million a year, and I was in debt $1 million." Well, you were doing it wrong, and you should not be teaching other people are doing it. Another guru was doing $179 million in his career in 18 years, and guess what? I know how much he owed to ABC. I know how many bankruptcy he filed. I know how many people he did not pay. I know how many people he screwed. Just because you flex on it on social media, just because it's me, how big I am, does not mean that you're big. Like your employees, how many millionaires you make, how many employees are getting paid, like those are numbers that truly matter. So I agree with you. They are weak, and because they're weak, they fail and they fold pretty fast. As someone who always worked in service and repair, it makes no sense to me that companies don't do service work. I'm telling you guys right now, service work is where it's at, and that's the future. 70% of contractors who don't do service work, they are in jeopardy because you can chase whales or you can do like smaller fish. When you do smaller jobs, it is harder. Who says it's going to be easier? It is harder to manage repairs. It is harder you deal with the payroll, you deal with the employees. You're not always profitable, but overall, you're going to be fine. Or you can go and try to catch a whale, and then if you catch it, great. If you get that one big commercial job. A couple of years ago, I met a guy in Florida who told me, Dmitry, I only do big clay jobs. And he does well. He would do 10 jobs a year, 100,000 average ticket, hits $1 million in sales. I would say he's smart. I'm not saying he's stupid. And if you're chasing big jobs, big commercials, you're not stupid. But I think you might be in trouble. Like, what if you don't get 10 jobs? What if you only do 3 jobs 1 year? I'm just saying. But guy who does repairs and who understand that 80% of demand is there and nobody else willing to do it. Like, for example, I have a couple of gutter guys who do gutter cleanings. Man, they would do 200,000-300,000 a year, but they pocket 150K. There's no risk, there's no liability, very easy business, $500-600 a day. They have their houses paid for. Like, I know a carpet guy who has no debt whatsoever, installs carpet every day. Simple stuff, guys. $1,000-2,000 tickets a day. He pockets like $1,000 a day. You can be smart and make money every single day, or you can take risks because when you don't have a skin in the game, when you subcontract it all out, you become weak. Like, yes, you can make money, but it's very easy to lose money in the roofing industry, unfortunately. Love the insights, Bobby says. Appreciate you. Very true. Repairs, a lot of money. Janine says, also repairs leads to things. 100% agree. The more repairs you do, the more bigger jobs you're going to get. The more service contracts you have with the bigger companies, the more stuff you're going to get. Not to mention all the exposure. I see companies who do $40-50 million online. And online they don't even have 100 reviews. These days, you're only as big as you big on the internet. You are not who you say you are. You are what Google says you are. So if I have 1,000 Google reviews and I'm a roofing company, people think I'm the biggest player. And you might be the biggest player, but you only have 50. Guess what? I'm getting more calls. I'm getting more attraction, not only by potential homeowners, but also by potential employees. I'm a magnet to service guys, to repair techs, to people in the office, because everybody wants to work for a company with 1,000 reviews. I'm telling you, that's the future. We've been getting calls from all over the country. Every time it hails in Minnesota, we would be getting calls from Colorado guys. Hey, I Google a company. They would Google Minneapolis roofing, because you don't advertise just for your potential homeowners jobs. You advertise for potential employees. And they would Google Minneapolis roofing, and we would come up. And sales guys became smarter. They understand that when you sell for 5-star company, it's easier to sell. Also, another thing, when you do repairs, that sales guy have a little bit more inventory to sell. So when you go in and sell the job, you don't have to pressure homeowner to buy a replacement on a 12-year roof that still have 5-6 years left. Now you have to build false sense of urgency that your roof might leak in the next 5 years. Let's do it today because I need the freaking sale because I cannot fix it. I cannot tune it up. We don't have anybody in the companies doing it. I'm just saying, guys. I agree with Janine. Repairs leads to things. If you do repairs, you're going to get sale 2-3 years down the road. You don't have to sell them something they don't freaking even need. Let's go. Eric, one more time. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Hold on, I lost where I've been. Randy says we are between 60 to 80% margins on repairs. I took home 100K, 20K for myself alone last year in the repairs I did, not including stuff I passed to guys from crew or had my repair guy all the time handle. Absolutely agree. If you do repairs right, you don't have to be the cheapest guy in town. I've seen there's one company, not going to mention their name, but they do $17 million in business, $9 million of it in repairs. Nobody can touch their prices. Well, not prices, their volume. They beat their competition. Their average repair ticket is $3,000. When I say repairs, I don't mean, patchwork. I'm talking about, like, I don't even teach patchwork. I'm telling you, like, you go from the gutter all the way to the hip and reach, do 2 square repair. That's a repair job for me. You have a couple missing shingles. Don't try to fix them. Go, sell them 2 squares for $600-700 a square, $1,400. It's a win-win for everyone. Homeowner wins because someone is willing to do smaller item. If you must subcontract it because you don't have in-house guys, you will have no problem finding subs. Just pay them double. You charging double, they'll pay double. You're still in 30% of contractors who's willing to do that job for 80% of demand. There is a lot of roofs like that needs to be done. And by the way, you can give them warranty. So Randy, absolutely love your feedback. Thank you so much for sharing. Maurice is asking, can you tell how to build enough value to get 80% gross margins on repairs? Very easy. Like for one, you don't have a competition. So you're building value just by providing it. Listen, if let's say homeowner gets quotes from 4 contractors, you come out, they have a couple missing shingles. Everybody bids on the full replacement. And let's say it's $7,000 to $15,000 range. You're the only one who say, hey, I can save you 5 more years. All we have to do is just replace this slope and maybe do some chimney repairs, like, just tune up. You're already there, you can afford it. So now you sell them $2,200 repair, and everybody else is $8,000 up replacement. So one, you already build the value because you're saving the money and you're going to provide warranty for that slope that you're going to replace, right? So that's number one. Number two is treat your repairs just like replacements. If you know you're pricing at 80% because you have to charge premiums, minimum service calls applies, stuff like that. But, don't give it away for free. Make sure you charge enough, but treat it just like any other repair job. And make sure when you do repairs, you can provide a warranty too. What's the point of cheap repairs when there's no warranty? It's not a service, it's disservice to the consumer. So how do you build value? You do the same warranty, figure out how you're going to do that work. For example, in my company, we would do, like mortar chimney caps that nobody wants to do, $650, couple hours of work. I can repair that. Like average chimney flashing, all of those items, you can charge premium, $450, $650 a square, like little things like that. But if it takes you up to 3-4 hours, charge premium. It should not be hard to sell. Don't tell me there's not value there. My father is exterior business owner. I'm finishing school in a year and I work part-time with him. Best advice, I want to own a business in the next 5 years. Renzo, my advice to you is this. Number one, work with your dad. Ask him to, like, if you would be my son and I have my kids too growing up, like, go get a job. First thing, you don't start in the office. Make sure you understand the trades first. Work with your hands. Anybody in sales, I would recommend, guys, have appreciation day for your labor crews. Go and spend the day with the crews. Like recently, one of the contractors in the school in Arkansas, he did it. Like, you want to make sure that your crews also respect you. Like, if they see that you're type of guy who would not unload a pallet, who would not get on the roof with them, you're not going to get a respect from your crews. Like I build my companies from ground up, and when you do that, like, I would do $2 million a year, and I did not have any managers. I was working from 5 in the morning to 8, 9 p.m. at night. In the morning I would drop the trailer, and I would do like $250,000 a month, right? And then I hired a production manager, sales manager, and I remember when they were struggling, and I would come and fix, like, they have a problem with scheduling. They were just falling behind, and I would come in the office and I fix the problems for them. They were embarrassed. They're like, Dmitry, how the heck did you do all of this by yourself? We're doing 200,000 between three of us a month, and we get overwhelmed. And you were doing all by yourself. Because I was on point, I was on top, I answered all the phone calls, all the emails, never were behind on bills. So the point is this: when you start, Renzo, from bottom up, when you work in the trades a little bit, your crews will appreciate you later. You can actually have a conversation with them. Yep, I remember how I install jobs, right? If you drive your trailer, sell the jobs, answer phone calls, make sure you wear all the hats of your business before you actually run a business. When you do that, you will have better appreciation for the employees. You will know how hard it is to answer phone calls all day long, how hard it is to be on a computer all day long, how hard it is maybe to sell the jobs, because people have objections. It's not always just, just sell the jobs. When you do it all yourself, when you hire people later, you will have better appreciation. You will understand what they should do and shouldn't do because you've done it. And 5 years, if you treat those 5 years like years in college, it's the greatest degree that you can get. As a matter of fact, I went to Teachers Training University, and it was 5-year degree. And after second year, I decided to move to the United States because I realized I will not be able to provide for my family just by by teaching. So what I did is I came to the United States, but I treated 3 years, and I told everybody, I said, I'm not going to graduate, but my first 3 years in the United States, I'm going to look at it as a university, as my college years. And I did. I wanted to get a degree, or at least know what I'm going to do. I mean, I became tradesman, but after 3 years, I knew construction business. And people who were graduating from my class, they were just entering the world, and I already knew what I'm going to do. I already have certain skills. I already could make $25 an hour, and within another year, I actually opened a business. So if you treat those 5 years like that, you will be very, very successful. Hello from New Braunfels, Texas, Dmitry. We are loving your videos. Keep. No labor shortage for our company. Material prices are crazy. We're down to like 3 color options through JF. Some internal material information. JF will have more and more shortages. They just sent some emails to suppliers. Suppliers for ordering JF materials now are 6 times delay is 6 times longer than normal. So if you are focus on JF shingles, shortage is common. Letters been sent to suppliers. Again, it's just internal information. Someone recently shared it with me. I see more and more of that. You might be switching to others. I don't know how you stay in business with 3 color options or what else you install, but it's definitely becoming a bigger problem. Last Call Exteriors, Leesburg. Thank you for sharing. Failer Roofing in New Browner says, we do service work and repairs, and it keeps us alive in a slow season, plus builds relationship with the customers. Love it. The hailstorm that hit a few weeks ago has work pouring in like crazy. And that's the thing. Here's the problem with the storm chasing business model, and in general with the business model of guys who just do. You got it?
Yep, I got the tool.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. So here's the problem with a business model where you rely on leads. And I see quite a few guys out there. Let me just put it this way. If you need leads next day after the storm, if you need to buy call leads, telemarketing leads, if you need Facebook leads and stuff like that, or if your marketer, website guru, Facebook guru, Google guru, or telemarketer can only deliver leads to you 2-3 weeks after the storm, Two things. You suck, they suck. If you guys run this business like I'm teaching you in roofing school, if you do repairs all year, like guys, I've been in this business for 7 years. DreamWorks Exteriors in Pennsylvania, we just published a video today on our channel. They've been in business for years as well. Brent Siemens has been in business for 5-6 years. All three companies, we never have problems with the leads. We don't have problems. Brent Siemens, he just hired Rodney Webb, and his trainer said, stop advertising. Here's why. When you do it all, like when you don't stop advertising, when you don't stop doing repairs and servicing your car, like when you use service business, when it pours, when it rains, it pours. The moment it rains, the moment wind comes in, tornado, hit, whatever, the moment it happens, you're going to get business. If you suck at it, you will always need leads. Oh, it hailed. I need sales guys. Oh, I need leads. I need calls. No, you don't. Your phone should be ringing off the hook if you're in a roofing business and it hailed yesterday. And if it's not, you freaking suck. And if you don't have enough people to do the work, you suck too. It should be bonus for you, but it should not be a business model. It drives me crazy how many companies are going for 6-7 months. They hire a new team, they run a season. At the end of the season, they fire everyone, and they do it again next year. What's wrong with you people? Do you really like headaches that much? You know what they teach, like the barrel curve? Bullshit. I call it out. There's no bell curve in this market. We are, in a sense, in a commodity business. Every city in the United States have roofs to fix. You're in a service business. You're not a commodity business. You choose to be in commodity business. And that's, my friends, is the most riskier business of all. But doing repairs, doing service calls, you can be like this guy here. They do service work and repairs. It keeps them alive in slow season, plus builds relationships with customers. Hailstorm comes, boom. They have work like crazy. Why wouldn't they? They were doing it all right. They already have employees. They already have infrastructure. Now they're ready for business, and you just hired. I see guys all the time working from home, and it's like, Dimitri, where can I get a sales guys? Do you have office? No, I don't. Why don't you freaking have an office? Why would I come and work for you when you cannot even invest in your office? Do you have extra vehicle I can take to represent you? Do you have good online presence? Why would I work for you when I can do it for myself? Give me a couple of reasons. You don't take yourself seriously. Why would I take you seriously? Jorge is asking, do I need to get into solar because the demand for roofing and solar is increasing in California? Any advice? Absolutely, 100%. I recommend to everyone, solar is huge for tax benefits, for rebates. Solar is huge. Highly recommend to everybody get in solar, especially in California. That's a no-brainer. Ken is asking, hey, Dmitry, have you seen the market getting more competitive between the roofing companies? I'm struggling with needing to lower our prices to get quotes competitive while materials skyrocketing. Competition is definitely growing. I would say in the last 10 years, it's doubled. So if we used to have 20,000 roofing contractors, now it's 40,000. Now, the good news is in a times like now, it's survival of the fittest. Companies who suck, they will be out of business. There's only so many names you can change. There's so many bankruptcy you can follow before you start catching up to karma. Sooner or later will catch up with you. Life in general. And roofing is a tough business. In 5 years, 90% of the businesses goes out of business. And it's good. It's really good for economy. Like I said, try it. I would say this, if you don't have a strong personality, if you don't have a good backbone, if you're not conservative with your money, if you don't have good leadership skills, if you jerk, don't even try to get in. You will get burned. You will be put out of by competition, by good competition. And you have to be good. You have to be responsive. You want to make sure what you promise you're going to deliver. You answer your phone call every time it rings. If you do all of that, there's no success to a roofing business. There's no secrets to success. You answer your phone call every time it rings. You show up on time. You give them decent price. What's good about a roofing business, you don't have to be the cheapest. Many people think, well, everybody is looking for a cheapest bid. No, they don't. Roofing is a service industry. Here's what you need to understand about service industry. Unlike retail, in retail market, Like you're talking about retail stores like Walmart's and retail in general. Brands are at the top doing really well, like luxury brands, and brands at the bottom, they doing really well. Like your Walmart, your Costco, your Aldi going to be doing really well. Brands at the top, your Mercedes-Benz, your Louis Vuittons, those brands going to do really well. Brands in the middle in retail usually struggling, like hardcore, like Sears. Brands who don't have identity. When consumer is confused, am I paying too much or am I paying too little? Brands in the middle in the retail usually struggle. Service is opposite. Brands at the bottom are usually big concern. As a matter of fact, if you're the cheapest bid, run, because some people still hire, but people, let's say a homeowner gets bid for the roof and you're 7,000 and other three bids 8, 9, and 10. Well, I'm telling you this, homeowner probably not going to hire. Most people don't want to go with the highest bid. They also don't want to get lowest bid. So the really good area to be, if you can figure out how to be in the middle, second from the top, you are golden. People don't like to overpay, but they also are careful. As a matter of fact, if you're the cheapest most of the time, people will be concerned. Where's the catch? Why are you so cheap? As a matter of fact, Directorii, if you're the homeowner watching it, one of the services we offer, you can send us estimates. And recently, and I'm going to share this story publicly with you, we have 2 contractors in Texas, and a homeowner shared with us pricing a couple months ago. Today, probably would be a completely different scenario. 2 of my really good friends, really good, both are Directorii contractors. One price was $21,000, another one $29,000. Homeowner was freaking out. He's like, do I go with the 21 or do I go with 29? And I'm trying to understand what went wrong here, because you have 2 guys in the same market, Houston, and actually advised homeowner to go with the 21. And what happened is the guy who offered $21,000 bid, he was buying Atlas shingles truckload, so he could afford to be under $300. So like in reality, here's advice I gave to both contractors. First contractor, I told him, just because you're buying truckloads does not mean you have to be the cheapest. You still can provide market value. You saving yourself, which is your profit margin should be higher. And his profit margins were really good anyway, even at 21,000. But he was passing all the savings to the homeowners instead of being more profitable. But other guy, he was a little bit too much. So he was, let's say, 375 where he could be 325, and this guy was 275 when he could be 325. So I gave both of them advice. I'm like, hey guys, both of you need to be 325. Not the same number, not exact number, but you get the idea. So if you're the homeowner and you're getting bids all over the place and you just don't know what to think of them, send us estimate. We'll review it with my team and we'll give you the best advice. Who is the best option in our opinion? It's just an opinion. Take it or leave it, whatever. But you ask us, we would advise you. So materials are skyrocketing. We have a lot of questions, guys. Awesome live. I feel like I'm on fire today. So I do see competition rising. I don't feel like it's raced to the bottom yet. It kind of is. It's always is in the commodity industries like ours. But you get the idea that you don't have to be the cheapest. I do 100% of those things: production, sales, accounting, HR, payroll. I need to it. Bobby, if you're not in school, it's $97. Guys, go to roofing-school.com, sign up, be my guest, try it for a month. There's no contract. What's $97? Try it. Like, see the way of other companies are doing it. Like, I don't sell secrets. There's no secrets to success. I'm showing you the simplest ways to do it, and it's freaking works. It's not that competitive yet, so it's not like you bidding against like Microsoft or Apple. It's like, it's even restaurant business is way more competitive, but it's getting competitive, and you have to stand out. And by the way, if you think it's bad, and it is, like roofing in 2021, it's competitive, but it doesn't mean that you need to like advertise less. You actually have to stand out more. People always roast me like, oh, Excel Roofing, they have nice vehicles. They do, because it's freaking works. The best money you can spend is Rep your vehicle. Make sure you have a good presence. And at times like now, you have to stand out from competition. Everything, you have to be excellent. Your presentation have to be good. Your vehicle has to be clean. Not only outside with that rep, but also on inside. Make sure it's not trash. I have guys driving my rep vehicles. You open up like trash everywhere. If I would be a homeowner and he would open that door to me, I would probably walk away. Make sure you smell good, walk good, dress good. Everything has to be perfect about you because it's getting competitive. Nothing to worry about. Just be you. Keep improving. Join roofing school. All right. Wealth of knowledge. Perfect. Hold on. We have Richard says, for a live stream, the video production is on this is excellent. I appreciate it. We're trying to improve all the time. Thank you, Blas. We appreciate your work. We appreciate you following and commenting and engaging. Bob the Roofer, there's an old saying from BC, British Columbia. You live for free, eat for free, you work for free. Yes, sir. Adam says, one of my smallest repairs gave me the biggest jobs today. 100% agree with it. 100%. Do you charge for detecting the leak, or it's always a free? Here's what I recommend, guys, and we're actually gonna do some big changes with Directorii. If you're not in Directorii yet, sign up, guys. I'm telling you, we have areas where we need roofers. Huge announcement coming in a couple of weeks. New feature to Directorii. We will be offering paid inspections. Here's why I love paid inspections. I would argue this, and this is just marketing talk right now, and you'll see more of it in a private lessons on YouTube if you follow us. This is what kind of stuff I teach in classes and in the school and marketing videos. If you send 1,000 offers, like let's say mailer, take a mailer and have 1,000 houses, send 1,000 mailers. If you do free inspections on the deal, like free roof inspections, whatever, and if you do, let's say $79 roof tune-up or inspection for $79, I guarantee you, you will get more calls and more return on investment if you do it for fixed price than if you offer it for free. Because people don't buy you free. They know the moment you knock at the door and you offer them free inspection, your free is freaking loaded. They don't believe you. They know you snake oil salesman. They know why you came for the appointment, for the estimate. They know like why that offer came. When we open our mail, start with the free, it's free. Now, when you have $29 oil change coupon, you're saving it. When you have actual offer, you believe in the offer and it feels like value. So come up with a value. Like for example, today in 2021 in roofing business, you guys have a choice to make. Choice number one, buy leads, advertise, which I recommend, nothing wrong with it, for $200 on a good day per lead per appointment. Every time you get a lead and send it with your sales kit, it's $200. That's option number one. Option number two, offer, let's say, $199 gutter cleanup job. $199 gutter cleaning. Not many people willing to do it. So spend $200 to get a lead or offer $200 service call. Let me put it this way. What will happen if your company does 1,000 gutter cleaning jobs for $200? That's 1,000 roof inspections. That's 1,000 appointments and 1,000 customers. So send 10,000 offers, mailers, whatever you do, advertise it on the billboards, on your website, make a video about it, on the Facebook, on Directorii that you do $199 gutter cleaning job. Groupon is another one. You're going to have a line of people. You're going to have 80% of demand at your door. You will be getting paid by seeing your customers, and you're going to get good reviews if you know how to service them, if you have a servicing heart, right? Or you can be general contractor, pick and choose between your jobs. It's a modern word now. It's very popular. It's trending. Pick your customer. You don't pick your customer. Customer picks you. It's a demand and supply. You don't have to work for everyone. You can pick and choose. But if they're calling you have an offer, make sure you have that offer. So do you charge? I would say this: if you called me and if you ask me, Dimitri, do you do free inspection? I do. But if I advertise something, I don't want to advertise free. I want to advertise paid. And when you advertise paid, you compete with free and you beat it because you actually have believable offer. I've done it, guys. I've sold hundreds and hundreds of service calls online and always freaking worked. Brian says, I never repair a roof that is 30 years old. I feel like it is a disservice to repair. What are your thoughts? 100%. If it's, guys, I'm not asking you to do the miracle, especially 30 years old. But what I see is opposite. I see 70% of companies out there going for 12-year-old roofs, and they know the life expectancy is 15 to 18 years in most markets. While a roof can still last 3-4 years, they don't have option to tune it up because they don't know how to. They're not roofers, and they don't have roofers on staff. So what they do is they give only one recommendation they can give, and what it is, let's replace your roof before it starts leaking. No, it's 12 years old. So Brian, if the roof would be 30 years old, I'm building freaking urgency with homeowners. Hey, like roofs don't leak in the summertime in Minnesota, at least. They leak in the winter time when the snow load on them. And just because it did not leak yet does not mean it will not leak later. So 100% I'm not repairing those. Randy says, repairs, I do charge $300 for a few pipe boots. Can do several of these appointments a day, or chimney reflash at $1,800. Great pricing, man. Entire slope of flat is $3,000. I try to average $2,500 a week in repairs I do myself. We were doing as a company, my goal was $15,000 a week in repairs. We would do $500,000 to $1 million in repairs a couple of years ago. Finally, Olivier, you got this. Directory application. Absolutely, guys, if you're not in Directory yet, here's what I want you to do. Go into directory.com and type in your zip code. If you don't see within 25 miles, the way Directory works is it's the closest one, and we're doing major promotion right now for Directory. So leads will come, I promise you this. It's $500 to apply. You go to directory.com, type in your zip code. If you don't see at least 3 contractors within 25 miles, homeowners see the contractors that are closer to their zip code. So homeowner comes in, types in roofer, types in zip code, and the first one is the closest one. 0.6 mile, 2.8, they'll see the order and they will usually call who is the closest. That's the only algorithm we have so far. Reviews algorithm coming next, response rate coming next, but right now it's all based on that. So if you don't have at least 3 contractors in your area, you can be the only one or one of the 2 or 3. I'm telling you, and homeowners don't want to get bid from one. So I'm going with the homeowners. I'm going with service saying, like, I'm listening to consumer behavior. People wants to get 3 bids. We want to have at least 3 contractors in every 25-mile radius. So if you don't see one, we don't promise it to everyone. So we have to screen you. But once we have 3 areas closed, like for example, Dallas and Chicago is closed, but Chicago is big, Illinois is big, Dallas is big. There's a lot of smaller pockets. So if you're 2 hours from Dallas or from Chicago, type in your zip code. If you don't have 3 contractors within 25 miles, most likely it will let you in. So while the city is closed, the smaller pockets around the city still might be open. And we need you, because when homeowner comes to us and say, I need a roofer, if we don't have one listed already, we have to go and find someone. And that's pain in the ass for us and you and everybody else. Mark Wall says, doing great, Dimitri, waiting for your consumer report scam video. It's coming, sir. It is coming. Thank you for the info. Roof will cost more in 2 years. So if they want to tune up, cool. If they want to be proactive, get it done. All right, guys. Hold on. Same here with the JF Master Elite, and we only have slate, weatherwood, and sometimes charcoal. Waited 6 weeks for a pewter job special order and have to wait till June for 110 square sale. Oh, yucks. And we're going to have more and more of those, by the way. It's harder to price out repairs and train sales guys to price repairs properly. It's not that hard, I would argue. Well, and again, okay, I'll address this, Ken. I get that it's harder, 100%. But the question of the day is, do you want to become an Elon Musk of this industry? If you want to do what's easy, do what's easy. Do what 70% of contractors do. Don't do it. Don't freaking do it. You cannot train your sales guys. I know it's hard. Who says the business is going to be easier? Do you want to be in this business for years to come, or do you want to be wiped out by all the circumstances that we're dealing with right now? The smartest guy, the hardest working guys will figure it out. You do, I agree with you, have to train your sales guys. You do have to get creative. You do have to be smart. You do have to think outside the box. Well, I just described good entrepreneur. Now, what I also see, I see a lot of guys in the industry who are money driven, who are lazy, who are not motivated, who are spending way too much time on a TikTok, who don't like whiteboards and documenting their process, who are selfish, who don't care what customer gets, only cares what they get. Customer's not going to do business with you because of what you want. They're going to do business with you if you're going to help them to get what they want. You guys need to understand that. Yes, it is hard, but it's doable. And those who will figure it out are going to be the most successful in this game. Guys, hold on 1 second. It was amazing live. I think it's the longest I've ever talked on the live, 1 hour, 23 minutes. You guys absolutely amazing. I'm going to finish with this one more time. If you came late and you missed it, we just announced it today. We're dropping, like, first of all, go to roofconference.com, get your tickets for the next conference for the next year. But we just dropped content from last conference, all the private keynotes, breakout room sessions, keynotes from the stage, and information from all our classes. So it's only our live events, live webinars, and it's our events in person. When we travel to different cities, we record us. It will never be available to the public on YouTube, but you can join our channel for just $14.99, and you can get keynotes from 2020 conference. Obviously, 2021 conference is on sale now. You can get early bird discount, but you can get amazing content. Hold on 1 second. For $14.99, it's a bargain. It's a deal. We do it for you guys. We wanted to bring more value, and we understand there's a lot of people who wants to get in the game. Maybe you're an installer. This is perfect for you. You get to learn from the best names in business. That's all I have for you guys for today. Stay tuned. The roofing is tough. You have to be tougher. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.